Yo, what is going on, guys? It is King Gamer here, and I'm back with a new YouTube video. I hope you guys enjoy. In this video, we're going to be talking about a topic that is on everyone's mind, especially getting into Mortal Kombat 1's release, and is how strong is zoning going to be in Mortal Kombat 1? Zoning is a key strategy that a lot of players like to develop, or characters even have, as far as their playstyle, and it definitely gets on the nerves of a lot of players. So in this video, we're going to be talking about some tips and breaking down a couple things with me versus Perfect Legend, his Liu Kang and Kano versus my Sub-Zero and Sonya, and hopefully we can learn some things and be able to take it as Mortal Kombat 1 is releasing in about 2 weeks. So before we get into today's YouTube video, I do want to let you guys know that we are continuously growing so quickly on YouTube. We have already passed 2,500 subscribers, and hopefully we can get to 3,000 in no time. And I hope you guys enjoy this video. As always, if you guys have any questions or want to talk about this topic, feel free to comment down below, and I'll be sure to get into y'all's comments. Without further ado, let's get into today's YouTube video. So, Perfect Legend had a really strong, zoning game to going with his Liu Kang and his Kano, and it was up to me to try to see if I can find some, some moments or some tendencies, hopefully, that I can break through the zoning and be able to form some offense. So, let's go ahead and take a look at this first match. Okay, so right there, already off the bat, is a key example, and we're going to press pause. It's a key example because, first off, Perfect Legend started this match with walking back a little bit and doing a low fireball. And Sub-Zero, especially with Sonya, like I talked about regarding is Sonya the best cameo for Sub-Zero, is a prime example right there of doing armored slide into Square Wave Sonya cameo assist. Basically, what it allowed me to do is be able to get a full combo off of the armored slide, be able to go right through his low projectile, and be able to get some sort of offense going. And as you're going to see right here, this is going to do, what is it? Yeah, 28%, especially off of an armored slide, which is really good damage. This is close to 30% off of an armored launcher, I would say. So that is a key prime tip that people are going to have, especially if you're using Sub-Zero. Because a lot of these projectiles of what we've seen from, Li Mei, Katana, Liu Kang does have, a low fireball, but he has, a high, straight fireball. You know, you're going to see some of these, moments to where you can actually do, low slide and go underneath a projectile, or even do what I just did right there, an armored slide into a Square Wave Sonya assist, depending on what your cameo is going to be. Obviously, this is just the beta, so, we're going to have a lot more options. We're going to have a lot more different picks that we can have as far as our characters, our cameos. There's going to be different ways to be able to, get around or get across from zoning, but this is just a prime key example, right, that we're just taking from my gameplay. There's just one option right there, so that's definitely something to just keep in mind, especially if you're a Sub-Zero player. Okay, so now I actually closed in the distance, and you see Perfect Legends kind of walking back in. Okay, we trade right there. See, walking back, and that's just grid spacing on my Ice Clone Punch. Sorry, I was speaking too quick right there. Get an opening. There's no breakers. There's going to be a full combo. And now his back's towards the corner. Okay, patience. Just going for a 2-1 slide right there. I'm pretty sure I could have gotten a better combo, but is what it is. Once again, this was just the beta, so I was really just exploring and trying to get comfortable with the game. Okay, and once again, you can see that Perfect Legend doesn't have the life lead right here, but he's definitely, forcing me to kind of, work my way in, and he's, in a sense, looking for one mistake that I make, but right there is just a good, right there, patience coming out for me. And you notice, too, how I was throwing out Ice Clone Punch to really try to trade off with, his low projectile or his, straight projectile. And it's a trade-off, especially, no side gets hit right there. It just trades off one another projectile. It's almost like whenever Mortal Kombat 1, Sub-Zero mirrors doing meter burn ice ball, they just trade off. There's no, no one got hit by anything, and that's exactly what we just saw right there in that moment. Is Perfect Legend going for, low fireball, straight shot, and then me just going for Ice Clone Punch. And then you can see it was really just a matter of time. One was going to overcommit and, make a mistake on the other. And that's exactly what I noticed from Perfect Legend. I was like, okay, I need to, stay still. Because if he jumps this Ice Clone Punch, especially him having Fatal Blow, I also don't have Breaker. You're going to be able to see I didn't have 3 bars of meter. So if I took a jump in and then any type of combo into Fatal Blow, I'm dead. So it's one of those things also where, yes, zoning can be really like a difficult strategy, but like you also have to like be smart and like be around be aware of your surroundings. Like noticing that your opponent is going to be able to, especially if they don't have the life lead, they're going to zone and basically try to work your way in. But they're also trying to let you know that like, hey, I'm paying attention to you walking in, and I'm also trying to catch you off guard making a mistake, so I can get a full combo punish and potentially take your life from it. And just right there, I actually happened to outweight Perfect Legend, notice the jump in, and get it down to close out that round. Nice fall spot on the jump in. Input air, but he also got an input air. Okay, this is going to be a full combo punish. Just a simple combo, nothing too fancy, especially with my game style of Sub-Zero. 40%. Okay, and now you can also see that I now have the life lead. So we're going to press pause right there. You can kind of see that I had the life lead right there in that moment. So what I did, especially, it's really a lame style of play, right? That's what a lot of people like to consider. Oh, zoning's boring, zoning's lame. But it's really like effective against your opponent. The thing is also is the objective of the game is to try to win. No matter how you play it, whether that could be aggressive, that could be really patiently, or that can just be really annoying, right? Zoning has always been looked at as an annoying tendency to really try to deal with. And you can see right there, I have the life lead, and now I'm starting to be the one that's annoying. Hiding behind Ice Clone, being able to throw out Ice Clone Punch, like trying to now tell Perfect Legend, okay, you had the zoning like playstyle when you had the lead. Now I have the life lead, and now it's your turn to try to work your way in versus me. The thing is also, especially in some of these moments with these characters, you're going to be able to say, okay, I can take the zoning trade in this moment. How, like, you're going to be able to notice, like, there's going to be some things that, like, projectiles are coming at you, but because you have the life lead, it's either going to, one, trade off, or two, it's going to just trade where you both get hit, and since you have the life lead, it's definitely going to go into your favor. And then it's going to eventually make your opponent like realize, okay, I can't be able to take all these trades. I'm gonna have to work my way in now, and that's exactly what you're seeing. Being able to get a life lead early, set up clone from me, throw out Ice Clone Punch, throw out maybe an Ice Ball. Who knows? It's gonna be able to somehow try to catch Perfect Legend off guard and try to make him force his way to come fight me up close. Okay. So now he's got a little bit of offense. So now here comes the zoning game from him. He's creating the space, creating the distance, and now I have to work my way in. But there's a good trade. It's like I was just talking about. That's a trade opportunity right there that I'm allowed to take. Is being able to trade with an ice ball and then noticing like, oh, he hit me with like his low projectile. And now it's like, okay, can I actually like close in the distance, sorry, and be able to come in right away and get a full combo punish? And sometimes you might just be able to have the timing right, or you might not be able to. But the thing is it's okay in two ways, right? If you're able to get the trade and you're able to still pick up a combo, obviously that's going to do a lot of damage. If you're not able to pick up the combo, at least you're able to still close in the distance and be able to allow and inflict some pressure on your opponent who is trying to zone you out. Okay, so now I'm getting zoned out, working my way in. Now I don't have the life lead, and now I got to be really cautious of what I'm doing right here in this moment. There's another good opportunity right there. Trading with a straight projectile. That was amplified too with an ice clone to be able to not take any damage. Okay, staying patient, working my way in. Just takes one opportunity, but as you can see, I get caught by a straight projectile. That's actually a high, and if I ducked that in that moment, then I could have, pretty sure, like, comboed into Fatal Blow, and that would have been my game. Okay, good patience. Oh, but beautiful knives coming out. That actually hit me from behind, and I wonder if that's actually going to stay upon the release of the game. Okay, once again, there's the armored slide as far as noticing and recognizing the low projectile and being able to armor right through it. Okay, full combo off of the bicycle kick, and he has no breakers, so he's got to hold all this damage. Okay, waking up with it. I respect it. Now he's got an opening. Now I'm the one that's caught into pressure. Staying patient. Not wanting to get hit. There's an Ice Clone Punch, and he was going for a low projectile right there too. So either that was going to trade or that's just a beautiful hit to be able to call that out. And there's a prime example. So hold on, let's go back real fast. Let's go back 10 seconds. There's a prime example of like what I was talking about, throwing out two projectiles and one's going to trade with another. So you can see right there that he throws out low projectile, and he looks like he's going for Kano knives right there in that moment. Ice Clone Punch is actually able to capitalize and hit him. And let's actually take a look at what was the life situation in that moment. So we're looking at 199 to 267, and then you notice that the Ice Clone Punch does 9%. It's definitely a trade that I wanted to take in that moment, especially basically looking at 26% versus 19%. Now, one of two things could really happen right there. Either I successfully trade and I'm able to like connect the hit, which you can also notice I did that before his low projectile actually came out. And then you can also notice it beat out his cameo attack too, which gave him more damage to actually take. Another thing also there is that I could potentially be wrong. He could actually be looking for that, and he could have actually went for Fatal Blow. And because Fatal Blow, I believe, has like an 8-frame startup before armor actually comes out, he could have done Fatal Blow in that moment. I'm not sure if the Ice Clone Punch would have actually beat him out before he got his armor, but let's just say hypothetically he got his armor. Now you're looking at he just connected Fatal Blow and I'm dead. And that's a really critical loss that I just took, but it's definitely something that you need to keep in mind. Not only are they trying to like zone and like keep you out or basically try to work, like tell you like, hey, you need to work your way in or close in the distance, but they're also trying to create that spacing mind game to be able to like say, okay, now I got you in the spacing I want you to. Now it's okay, what are you going to make a mistake, or are you going to stay patient and wait for your turn? And that is the exact moment I wanted to in that moment. So now I gave myself a life lead, and let's see how this game closes out. Okay, staying patient. Once again, there's another Ice Clone Punch that I really wanted to take, and now I really, in the driver's seat, I need one attack. The thing I can't go wrong right here, try to use a meter burn Ice Ball. That would have been a mid, that would have been chip situation, but instead gets caught by the Ice Clone Punch, and there you go, there you have it. Being able to say, okay, Perfect Legend, his, like, Liu Kang was really, like, when he has the life lead, he really told me, like, hey, you need to work your way in, and you need to close in the distance, and that's exactly what I did. And then I started to say, okay, now I have the life lead, now it's your turn to try to work your way in. It's okay to be really annoying, especially if your opponent is being annoying. You basically are saying, hey, if you want to be annoying with your playstyle, then I can do it the same way, too. There's definitely nothing wrong with it. It's part of fighting games. Every fighting game really has, like, obnoxious zoning tendencies that like really force and like try to like tell yourself like, oh, I have to like find my way around it. And you notice too in some of the in that first game how I was able to do like armored slide into Sonya's square wave, get a nice 28% combo. I was able to get a trade off of Ice Clone Punch, which benefited me. And that's the thing about projectile trades too, especially if they both connect on both sides, is noticing how much damage does one like do over the other. And I believe that Ice Clone Punch either does the same amount of damage as Liu Kang's projectile or does more. So it's one of those things, especially if the life situation is close, it's like, okay, well, I think that this does a little bit more damage than yours, so I'm able to either catch up as far as the life bar, or I'm winning these trades, and now you're in the I have the life advantage situation. Now it's going to force you to work your way into me, which you kind of saw from Perfect Legend. He did start to work his way in and form a little bit of offense, and then whenever he created the space and the distance, even when he didn't have the life lead, he forced me to work my way in. Because the thing is the tools of Liu Kang as far as his zoning is a lot stronger than Sub-Zero's. Sub-Zero is able to do like Ice Ball, but it's really slow. Unlike Liu Kang, who has, you know, straight fireball shot, or, you know, he has like two projectiles that are highs, or a projectile that's a low. He's got a projectile he can do in the air. So he definitely has a stronger zoning game than Liu Kang, or sorry, than Sub-Zero. But it's just a matter of the knowing and being aware of the life situation and being able to figure out your options. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at one more game. Okay, starting off once again with the projectile. Staying patient. I like the use of the sweep. I was really wondering why Perfect Legend was utilizing the sweep a lot, but it was actually because I'm talking about creating that distance between me and him. So now I got to work my way in. Okay, nice use of the sweep. Tries to go for another grab. Okay, getting caught. And it's just a matter of working your way into as far as these situations. noticing, okay, yeah, I am getting hit, but all it takes is really just almost one opening to really catch up in the life. Okay? And there's what I'm talking about. Just being able to use Armored Slide, work my way in, and get a full combo punish. And now I have the life lead after being down a significant amount of health. Okay, yep, that is going to be a punish. Now I have the life lead, and I'm just kind of backing away. Flawless block. And just get a straight hit. Even with the, regardless of the cameo coming out with the knife, I'm just being able to interrupt that. Same patient. Nice use of the projectile, especially during that string. I was actually looking to interrupt it at that moment. And there's a trade off of projectiles. Beautiful. That is just what I was talking about. Is noticing that distance that I was talking about, that was Peel was really recognizing, especially that first match that we took a look at, is recognizing when I'm going to make a mistake and being able to pick up on what people have is patterns, right? A lot of fighting game players have patterns, and it's up to you to be able to say, are you going to keep making the pattern or the same mistake? And then eventually your opponent's going to be able to recognize that. So typically what we saw from the first game is being able to trade projectiles, whether it just cancels out or taking the Ice Cone Punch to be able to interrupt his projectile. Now we see at this moment, we see a trade. We see Ice Cone Punch once again 2 times in a row. Another attack that I did was Ice Cone Punch. That was 3 times in a row. And Perfect Legend just successfully, cleanly jumps right over it and gets a full combo on me. And I don't have any meter to break away from this. So this is going to be a lot of damage incoming that I'm about to have to take. Beautiful combo. Okay, once again, I get a clean jump in on it. Beautiful use of the armor right there coming out from Perfect Legend. Armored Slide, come me. Yep, and now he has the life lead, and that is just what I'm talking about. Being able to, like, say, okay, you don't have that much health. You're going to have to work your way in, whether that's dashing in, jumping in. You're going to form some sort of mistake. Beautiful. Once again, another clean jump in off of the Ice Cone Punch coming out from Perfect Legend. Working my way in, getting caught by all these projectiles. And it's just a lack of patience coming out for me, too. I should be really working my way in, not trying to get over, like, impatient, and just really wait for my moment to be able to capitalize on some of his attacks. Flawless box. Working my way in. Beautiful grab coming out from Perfect Legend, and that is going to do it. He is going to successfully take that game. And you can tell there was definitely just a difference maker as far as, you know, some things I did right and some things I did wrong from the first game and the second game. But, I mean, it happens typically. Like, it does happen. As far as, you know, zoning can be really annoying and really effective to, like, certain, like, characters' gameplays or game styles, and even just the player too, especially if they're known to, like, say, okay, I can actually be way more patient than you can. It's just, let's test to see who can be more patient than the other. And that's what we saw from game 1. I actually was more patient, and I really capitalized on some of my moments versus Perfect Legend. And then in game 2, he just really answered right back and was able to, you know, take the gameplay and game style that I had formed in game 1 and just basically swapped it around on me. So zoning is going to be really, like, effective going on in this game, but there definitely is going to be some options that characters have, whether that's an armored special attack that really goes through it. You know, there's definitely going to be some moments where you can, you know, jump it and definitely make the right read, get a good combo off of it, and definitely be able to capitalize on your options. So how strong is zoning going to be in Mortal Kombat 1? It's definitely going to be an effective gameplay and game style, but I don't think zoning overall is going to be just absolutely broke. There's definitely going to be options to be able to cover through it, and I want you guys to keep that in mind with Mortal Kombat 1 releasing in about 2 weeks, how you can be able to play against this. But that is going to do it for this YouTube video. I hope you guys enjoyed. We just broke down a couple matches. Hopefully we talked about some tips and some breakdowns that kind of like I was thinking about in my head. And hopefully this video was able to help you out. And let me know in the comment section down below what are your overall thoughts on this overall video.